And it's time now for your expanded local news. The Christian County Sheriff's Office is investigating two deadly crashes that happened just hours apart on Wednesday. The first crash happened around 7:50 a.m. on Wednesday morning at the intersection of 1300 East and 2000 North roads. Deputies say a Chevrolet Cobalt failed to stop at a stop sign and hit a Chrysler Pacifica on the driver's side. The driver of the Pacifica, 37-year-old Jessica Stevens, was taken to the hospital but did later die from her injuries. Then around 5:20 p.m. that evening, first responders were called to another two-vehicle crash. Investigators say 91-year-old Mary Ann Johnson of Nokomis pulled into the path of a northbound pickup truck. She was also taken to Taylorville Memorial Hospital, where she later died from her injuries. Both crashes remain under investigation by the Christian County Sheriff's Office and the Christian County Coroner's Office. The Taylorville Park District is expected to vote on Monday between two bids between vendors for the Manners Park Pool project. At a special meeting on Thursday evening, the board was due to vote after a hearing from the bidders, but they tabled the matter to ponder the decision further. Both Landmark Aquatic and Capri Pools and Aquatics presented their design and build portfolios, their plans, and pricing before the board, in accordance with the latest request for proposals. The two vendors had pitched themselves to the board under a previous RFP over the summer. Capri Pools and Aquatics gave their presentation first. They have partnered with Councilman Hunsaker for the project's design work. Their renderings show many of the pool area components colored in purple and gold, as homage to Taylorville and their sports teams. Jeff Nodorft, design principal with Councilman Hunsaker, added that the zero-depth entry portion of the pool is shaped like the outline of the Tommy Tornado logo.
You can see the purple and the yellow. Obviously, that helps tie in the community to the high school, the colors you have as a community there. And if you don't really recognize it yet, you can see this here, the zero depth entry here. That's Tommy Tornado. So that's kind of another nod to the branding aspect of this, of tying it, how do we make this unique to your community? How do we tie it into the community? How do you talk to it? How do you get excited about it for your community?
Landmark Aquatic then presented next. They also presented a purple and gold concept. While the zero-depth entry area was not tornado-shaped, it does include a floor surface known as Life Floor. Ryan Casserly, CEO of Landmark Aquatic, says it's a slip-resistant surface that is placed at the initial inclined entry of the pool.
It's a 3/8-inch rubberized safety surface, has a slip coefficient on it, so when kids are running, because they run into swimming pools, they slip and fall, and they're on that rubberized surface. That same surface exists on the spray pad. It comes in a 2x2 square, and adheres down to the concrete. We've put a lot of this product in, very popular. Kids don't want to slip and fall on room finish concrete.
Both vendors' proposals are valued at $7.4 million. The target dates for the construction are the same under the current RFP as with the previous one. They anticipate construction beginning on March 2nd of 2026, with hopes that the project will be completed by May 3rd of 2027. A show highlighting the evolution of music and fashion and film is coming to Central Illinois. It's called Hollywood Revisited, and they will perform this Saturday, October 10th at 2 p.m. at the Kirkland Fine Arts Center at Millikan University. The show intends to evoke memories of the finest mid-20th century works of Hollywood. They feature costumes worn by the most iconic actors of the time, along with music from world-class pianists. One of those musicians is the man behind the entire endeavor, Millikan alumnus Greg Schreiner. After graduating, he started a collection of original costumes, which has now grown to over 500 pieces.
Well, I loved the movies all the time, even when I was a little kid. So when I moved to Los Angeles to go to school at UCLA for my master's, I was in the heart of all this, and they started having actual auctions where they would sell movie costumes. So I thought, I need to own one. And because I love Marilyn Monroe particularly, I'm actually the president of her fan club. That was my very first buy, was a Marilyn Monroe. And I started collecting Marilyn, but then she became too expensive to own. So then I decided to try other stars. And then one day I woke up and I had 500 in my closet. So I thought, I better do something with these. I created this show, the singers and dancers wearing the clothes, and we project behind them the scenes from the film. And it's turned into an amazing, unique, one-of-a-kind show, which I've traveled all over the world doing. I love it. I just love it.
Schreiner has now run the show for the last quarter century, bringing the glitz of Hollywood to places near and far from it.
it was just an idea that came in my head to do it, and it's grown and grown and grown. We've taken the show all over the world, Japan, the Caribbean, Europe. We've even gone to Tahiti. So it's been everywhere, along with the United States. We've traveled many places in the United States as well. And it's just such fun for me to be able to do something with these clothes and bring back again, I think, some of that magic from that golden age of Hollywood. Though we do include, I might add, some contemporary costumes as well. So there's something for everybody in the show.
The cast and costumes of Hollywood Revisited portray some of the most iconic actors in film history. Saturday's show is no exception.
Well, I'll just share a few with you. I like to keep a few surprises, but I'm bringing, for instance, Julie Andrews from The Sound of Music, Rita Hayworth, Christopher Reeves, Superman. I'm bringing Judy Garland, Barbra Streisand, Marilyn Monroe, John Travolta, Julianne Moore. That's enough. I won't share any more of that. I want a few surprises, but I do want to also share with you that I'm bringing some amazing singers. Our cast are top of the line people that appear in Vegas. Branson, and also our male lead was in the Broadway version of Les Mis and Kiss of the Spider Woman. So we've got sensational singers that you're going to hear along with the fabulous costumes. It's you get your money's worth in this show. You get it all. Plus a lot of fun. We have some really fun numbers, some funny ones that will make you laugh, and it's a great combination of everything. It's a show that people walk away going, wow, that was really something.
And most audience members were likely not around during the era of film that is highlighted at the show. As such, Schreiner hopes to gain an appreciation of the work of the time.
Well, I hope that they will recognize the fabulous golden age of Hollywood, which was a very special time, mainly the 30s, 40s, and 50s, where Hollywood really produced amazing stuff at the studio lots. They were under contract, all the stars, and so they produced a very different kind of product from what you see today on the screen, and I think a very special one. But beyond that, I think just to take away that there was not only great costume design and great stars, but great music from that era as well. There's a lot to be had, and also I do share a lot of stories about the costumes and the music, so you learn a little bit more about maybe the background of what was going on in Hollywood at that time.
Tickets can be purchased at milliken.universitytickets.com. And more information on Hollywood Revisited is available at hollywoodrevisited.com. Again, the show is this Saturday, October 18th at 2 p.m. at the Kirkland Fine Arts Center at Milliken University. Greg Schreiner appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. This will conclude the first portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by Taylorville Community Credit Union.
Looking to save more and stress less? This is Will Perkins. At Taylorville Community Credit Union, we're here to help you build a stronger financial future with great loan and deposit rates, convenient locations, and service from people you know and trust. We're member-owned, member-focused, and proud to serve anyone who lives or works in Christian, Montgomery, or Shelby counties. Discover the credit union difference. TCCU is your partner in financial success. Member NCUA.
Sports in Shelbyville schools continue to shine. The high school football team has winning records overall and within conference. The junior high school's baseball and softball teams have concluded successful seasons. Meanwhile, on the course, a golfer has received high recognition and could have an exciting future ahead in the sport. Officials credit the resources and partnerships available to the schools and their sports programs, as well as the growth-focused culture within each team. Silas Pogue is the Shelbyville School District's athletic director. He credits the dedication of all involved who make these teams what they are.
It's never easy, and sometimes it can get complicated and complex. But I think the word, and you used it, is the competition, and you emphasize that. And our coaches do a really, really good job of emphasizing the competition aspect of it. And the scoreboard, in a sense, not to sound too cliche, but if you're teaching the right things and you're working with kids in the right way, the scoreboard takes care of itself and anything. And sure. But again, that credit goes to the coaches that are with those student athletes every day, after school, before school, because you got some early mornings in there, you got some late nights, and the kids as well. The student athletes are the ones that perform.
Pogue especially credits the coaching staff of the football team. He says they excel at teaching the players about more than just the sport and put the players' safety first.
He's been really good, and not leaving any coaches out, because we have a very quality group of core role models. And Coach Duckett, he works with his staff. He puts the kids, safety and best interests and needs first and foremost, and he teaches it the right way. Like you said, does a good job.
And it takes a staff. You can't do it by yourself. No one can.
You're right.
And he appreciates that, I know.
Definitely. The going back through it, and not to take all the air out of the room, Mark, you've got people may or may not understand. You've got coaches who serve in the capacity of receiving a paid stipend. And then you've got coaches who volunteer their time and just do it, and whether they're paid or whether they're non-paid, their care and their concern is the kids, and teaching the game and teaching them the right things about the game and life even.
In some cases, teams from different Shelbyville schools in the same sport use the same facilities to train and compete. There is a high level of cohesion between the teams, which serves everyone involved very well.
We've got a lot of help, and our high school cross country program and our junior high cross country program work extremely well together for the last several years. And not just the athletes and the coaches, but the families that have had kids graduate and continue to come back and help. Lee Mitchell came. You can't name one without naming a few dozen.
Sure.
But it's a credit to the alumni that have graduated and their parents that come back and still love the sport, want to give back. Our junior high programs and our high school programs, Coach Palmer, Coach Prumer. And then you've got, there are other entities, the Park District. The Park District helps a lot, their staff, and the Corps of Engineers as well.
Yes.
So Jerry Yaki, obviously, the starter of it all, and he still sticks around. And he's helping people, driving individuals to and from their vehicles. So it's great.
The high school girls golf team contains a rising star in Taylor Cullenberg. She has finished in the top 3 at several events and earned all conference accolades. Pogue believes that Cullenberg could well take her talents to the collegiate scene. More information on Shelbyville sports and their schools' teams is available at schools.snap.app/ShelbyvilleIL. Silas Pogue appeared as a guest on the WTIM Shelbyville Morning Show. This will conclude the second portion of your expanded local news, and it's brought to you by CNB Bank and Trust.
Farming never takes a day off, and neither should your banking. At CNB Bank and Trust, our regular business checking account lets ag businesses run smoothly, and you'll have anytime, anywhere access with digital banking, bill pay, a debit card, e-statements, even QuickBook upload, so you can focus on harvest, not paperwork, helping farmers do what they do best, grow. Stop by your local branch or visit cnbil.com today. CNB Bank and Trust, helping to open doors since 1854. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Moving now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and are brought to you by Sutton Memorial Home.
This is Chad Sparks. When you lose a loved one, your choice for making final arrangements should be with the compassionate family at Sutton Memorial Homes. They know the death of a loved one is difficult. Austin and Evan at Sutton's and the entire staff have devoted themselves to loving and caring for those in their community in their time of need. You can trust Sutton Memorial Homes to assist your family in making final arrangements that will be a tribute to your loved one. Sutton Memorial Homes, caring is what they do best.
80-year-old Nancy Jane or Shrout Mullins of Taylorville died on October 14th. Cremation rights have been accorded, and arrangements will be made at a later date. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Asali Funeral Home. 77-year-old Gail Leon Burkhart of Taylorville, formerly of Kincaid, died on October 2nd. A graveside service for both Gail and Mary Sue will be on October 23rd at 1 p.m. at Camp Butler National Cemetery in Springfield. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Masterson Funeral Home in Kincaid. 53-year-old Michael Ray Pierce of Edinburgh died on October 10th. Cremation rights have been accorded and no services will be provided A celebration of life may be possibly made at a later date. 79-year-old Robert Smith of Edinburgh died on October 12th. Visitation was yesterday, October 16th, from 4 to 7 p.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Funeral service will be today, October 17th, at 8 a.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Burial will be at Camp Butler National Cemetery with military honors. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 64-year-old Doreen Bilyeu of Taylorville died on October 11th. Visitation is October 18th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Funeral service will be done on October 19th at 10 a.m. at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Burial will be at Anderson Cemetery in rural Palmer. Funeral arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Get details on these and other local news stories at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com or hear them every hour on WTIM. WTIM is your only local news radio.